Disneyland after the sun goes down is the best, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then stay with me and keep watching because I'm about to give you 10 reasons you should stick around for closing time at Disneyland. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're leaving Disneyland around 8 o'clock at night or even earlier, you're missing out on those magical last couple of hours each night, when the vibe changes and the parks transform into entirely different parks. And for a lot of the same reasons I love to get to Disneyland first thing in the morning, I also love to stay late and close out the parks. They really are the most magical times of day. Now, Disneyland's closing time can differ depending on the season and expected crowd levels, but generally count on Disneyland proper closing anytime between 10 p.m. and midnight, with Main Street and Downtown Disney staying open an hour past closing time. And at Disney California Adventure, it almost always closes at 10 p.m. most nights, with Buena Vista Street staying open 1 hour past that as well. Just remember to always check that Disneyland app for exact times first. Okay, enough of that kind of stuff. Let's get going on the list. Number 10, it's colder. Now, of course, November through February, it's quite a bit colder at night and you need a jacket. But holiday times aside, when you've been spending all day long out in that hot, punishing sun, there is something so nice about when that sun finally goes down and you no longer have to worry about sunblock and you can just sit back and relax. And speaking of relaxing, it's calmer at night. Once the first showing of World of Color is over and the fireworks have finished off and the crowds have kind of dissipated from that, it really gets so much more calm at the park. It becomes a lot easier to find a nice quiet little nook to spend some quality time with your loved ones. Because of that, we have number 8. It's easier to stroller swap at night. Simply because your little one's probably going to be zonked out sleeping in the stroller, and so it's just going to be easier to freely move around the park, and because the ride waits are going to be shorter, you can have somebody chill with the baby, eat a snack, while they sleep in the stroller and the other person goes on rides, easily switching back and forth while also getting a little bit of rest while you're at it. Number 7, it's more festive at night. If you are going during either Halloween or the holiday season, the nighttime is when the decorations and the parks really start to come alive. Between the entertainment and all of the specialty lighting that happens, you are really going to want to stick around at nighttime as long as possible to really soak it all in.
Welcome! It's time to celebrate the season of tricks and treats! The sights, the sounds! Ooh, and what's this, you ask? Well, let me show you.
Number 6, character moments. You can stumble on some special character moments in the later hours of the day. Whether it's joining in at a dance party over by the Galactic Grill where you can get down and boogie with some of your favorite and even rare characters for that awesome moment you won't be able to have during the daytime. Both Main Street and Buena Vista Street can be crawling with characters at night. And if you go to visit Mickey at his house in Toontown, In the evenings, closer to when Toontown closes, is when you'll find substantially shorter lines, plus Toontown at night is the best. Of course, we'll need to wait until Toontown opens on March 19th, 2023, but expect all those Toontown classics to be back and better than ever when that happens. But my very favorite is if you're over in California Adventure, at closing time, when Mickey and Minnie, or sometimes it's just Mickey or just Minnie, and they hop on the Buena Vista streetcar and wave goodbye and good night to everyone. It is the absolute cutest. I love it so, so much. Number 5, the dining experiences change at night. Who doesn't love dining by twinkling lights or having shorter order lines? And at a few places you can even watch the fireworks show right from your table. If you're interested in these places, I talk all about them in my How to Fireworks video. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video, so if you're interested, you can check it out. The Lamplight Lounge, which is known for its specialty cocktails and mocktails, as well as boasting a beautiful view of Pixar Pier at night. If you make your reservations around 8 p.m., they'll let you stick around and watch the 9 p.m. World of Color show from your table. And even though you're not seeing the show right from the very front, it's still a really cool, magical, unique experience to have. Number 4 is the nighttime entertainment, with, of course, the biggest being the fireworks show, which is an absolute must-do in my book. If you don't stick around for the fireworks show, you're really missing out. Like I just mentioned, there's the World of Color in DCA. They usually have 2 showings, one at 9 and the other at 10:15. The later show is always less busy and you get a beautiful empty park as you exit the show after. They oftentimes have live bands and musical entertainment throughout DCA and Downtown Disney during different times of the years, depending on what season it is and what's going on in the parks. If they happen to be doing any nighttime parades like Paint the Night, or the Main Street Electrical Parade, make sure to snag a spot and watch it because they are really fun parades to watch. And of course, there's Fantasmic over the Rivers of America in Disneyland. If this show is offered on one of the nights you're at Disneyland, I 100% suggest watching it. Of course, there's some tricks to watching it, and I'm planning on making a video about this really soon. If that's something that you'd be interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with all my new videos coming out. Also, if you like this video, give me a like to show your support.
You really think you're so powerful? Well, this is my dream.
Number 3, less crowds. Of course, it gets really crowded on Main Street right before the fireworks, and you'll find crowded choke points around Fantasmic and World of Color. But if you're not right in the middle of those areas during those show times, or you just simply wait until they're over and everyone has rushed off to bed immediately after these shows, a less crowded, more laid-back park will be your reward. With Galaxy's Edge and Avengers Campus getting surprisingly empty at night, which is super crazy to me because both of those lands are very cool at night. In fact, I prefer them at night. And once you get really close to closing time, you'll see those always crowded popular picture spots like the castle, the main gate entrance, and the Mickey Mouse Ferris wheel really clear out. This is when you can snag some really stellar pics without the crowds photobombing all of your shots. Number 2, shorter ride lines. I know you're gonna love this one. Rope drop aside, late at night is one of the best times to get those shorter wait times for rides, especially while everyone's watching the fireworks or some of the bigger shows, and especially after all the crowds die down after those shows. This is a good time to try to squeeze in a bunch of your favorite rides or some of the rides you haven't hit yet that day. And to be honest, some of the rides are way better at night anyway, no lie. My family's secret is that we do Splash Mountain very last at night because the line is usually a walk-on. You'll get the entire log to yourself, and if you get wet, you're going back to your hotel anyway. It's not that big of a deal. And finally, number 1, the lands transform late at night. Once it's dark, all of a sudden, all of the sun-drenched lands that you have been walking through all day take on an entirely different vibe. Now sparkling with lights, hiding stuff that you could see during the day and exposing new visual splendors for your eyes to behold. The smells of popcorn and churros waft stronger somehow through the air at night, and the park fills with kinetic energy. Some of my favorite lands at night are Adventureland, Main Street, Galaxy's Edge, Cars Land, and Pixar Pier. Do you have a favorite land at night? Feel free to leave a comment sharing your favorites. And sadly, that is the end of this list. I had a blast making this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more of my content. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.